Well, when it comes to the topic of lights and softboxes, does the old adage, buy cheap, buy twice, really come into play? So this first softbox, it's just, yeah, it's just slightly off screen here. So I've been trying to set up my little home studio, whatever, video recording area with some more consistent lighting and better equipment, just so I can get in, record some stuff, edit it nice and simply, and it'd just be better quality overall. So I thought it would be better to invest into some better lights. You know, I was using these little cheap things, which I'm still using as fill lights, but I figured let's get a softbox now. I didn't go all in on the softbox. I thought I would try and get something, see if it worked better, and I spent about £45 on this here, which is a Relino softbox photography lighting kit. It's a 40cm softbox. It's got a 50-watt bulb apparently. Apparently it's a CRI 97 colour rendering index, which I'm not sure if I believe that or not. But there is a slight problem with this light. First of all, having done a bit more research, which I should have done in the first place, and if you're watching this video, maybe you're doing a bit of research yourself, I should have looked into whether or not a grid would be compatible with that, and we'll get onto that in a minute. Because you can sort of see here, I've got it here, it kind of needs to be about, if I go too far away, it's kind of okay, but it's not dimmable. There's not a lot, it doesn't fit in the room properly anyway if it goes much further back. But the big problem with it is, no matter where it is, in the background here, you can see it's very washed out, because it's like a lantern style, really. It's not fully like a lantern style softbox, which are, you know, a big bulbous one, but the light is not directional, it's just everywhere. So this is about £45, and it was kind of okay, but I've been having some difficulty in exposing myself correctly, whilst also having sort of the background elements, you know, lit up just about right. And I was trying to have there's a little accent colour here, which, you know, goes on my back wall. But the main problem with it is that light spills out everywhere. I had tried looking into a grid, and it's a funny size this. If this was a 60 by 60 centimetre one, you can get square grids for those. There weren't any in the 40 by 40 that I could see. And I was thinking, well, maybe I need to get a dimmable light. And this is the problem often with a lot of things. You buy cheap, you buy twice. That's what happened with originally. There's some other studio type lights back here. Those were very cheap. They were on an Amazon Black Friday sale. This is an example of one of the tripods. It's super cheap. It is good for lighting up a space for VR though, because VR you need a good lighting to sort of have tracking in the environment. So that's good, but it's not very good for lighting video. And again, that's not actually it is. That one is dimmable, but it doesn't go bright enough. So I wasn't necessarily happy with this, and I did get a few comments that it was a bit too bright, and part of that is exposing it. But you've got the second problem as well. If I change, depending on how I change my shutter speed, you see in the background there's a bit of light flicker. So Alexa, turn off man cave. Okay, that might actually be better. So my hue light in the background, that oscillates dreadfully. And it actually is a little bit with the hue light off, using just this accent light up here. It is a bit better, but again, the background is just a little bit washed out. So just for the lights and the other lights in the room, the ambient lights and these LED lights here, is one of the other things I was having with, it's just the flickering of other lights in, like ambient lights in the room. So I was kind of locked to this sort of shutter speed. But the major problem I was having is not having a grid on this and it spilling into the background. But yeah, the major problem with this was, you know, it's not dimmable, so that you kind of have to move it backwards and forwards. That changes how the light looks. There's no grid, so it's not directionally at me, and it spills over into the background. And although I am setting this up as like semi-permanent, it's more like the gear is here, but my door to my office is there, and there's not really anywhere I can... Anyway, I'm still having troubles. So that leads us on to the next light. So if this is £45, what about the next one? Okay, so this is the next softbox lighting kit. First of all, this has a remote, so it's much easier to turn it off. But you can see there's my little fill light. There's the key. I haven't got a hair light at the moment. But the first thing you can notice is the background, much more sort of saturated, atmospheric, and there's a bit more separation of me in the background. And this is so it's a Godox SL60II-D. So just white light, no coloured light. And the softbox it came with was an Ambitful P60, which was actually a bit funny to put together. And so the price for this kit was £209. So 44 quid versus 209. I mean, straight away, the fact that I can change the intensity. So this is like 70%. If I was to go down, unfortunately you can't hold it. Yeah, so that's down as low as 20%, and that's 100%, which is pretty blown out. So we'll just go back down to about 70%. If there's one thing that they could do better on this, is if you could just hold the button to change the number rather than having to press it 30 times to go between 170. But I'll probably, once I've set this up and I'm happy with it, I'll just leave it as is. Yeah, so 44 quid to 209 quid. As I said, the main thing that this changes is I can control my background lighting a lot better now, because it's sort of, the light is much more directional and it isn't just spilling over into the scene, which I think creates a better environment. So I took some video yesterday when I first got it between the two light setups. So what I'll do now is I'll quickly play those together and then you can see the differences side by side. So this is kind of the setup before, and you've got the older light here, which is a bit harsh, and the back, you can see in the background, it's very, very, very bright. So let's switch over. There we go. So this time we've got the big softbox with a grid on it, and the light is directionally at me. The background is now darker, and the light is a bit more even. It's not as just, well, I can adjust it, so it's only at 70% here, not at like the 100%. So I think you can agree. Let's just have a look again. So that's the previous light. Obviously I'd probably need to change the exposure slightly, but it's probably a bit bright. Here we have the new softbox. Still got some work to do on the setup. I mean, this other light was probably a bit closer to me in the past, but hey, it is what it is. We've had some technical difficulties. In fact, I'll mention it in the next clip that we've had some technical difficulties. What I thought was the power dropping out from the phantom power, or whatever you want to call it for video, was actually the 5-minute preview limit hitting on the monitor. Just to explain, as I said, I'm adjusting this setup, and this is the next day now. I'm in the middle of editing the video, so wardrobe change. But one of the things that my setup is now lacking is I actually don't have an indicator that my camera is recording right now. I don't have a flippy out screen. I'm using the original Nikon Z6, and my monitor is down here. It's a PC monitor, which is just a HDMI cable. It's mainly to check that I'm in focus and stuff like that. But I can't see whether or not I'm recording, so technical difficulties. That aside, what I was saying yesterday in this part of the video, and by the way, I've dropped this down to 60% now. No, actually, you might be able to, yeah, you can probably just about see there. It's 50% now, down from 70%. So if this looks better than what we're going to cut to in a minute, which is back up at 70%, you let me know. The other problem with this monitor is there's no, as I said, there's no exposure, zebras, or there's no histogram, there's nothing. So I'm working through the teething problems. But when it comes to this thing, the previous cheaper softbox video light, would I have, if I could go back in time and tell myself, would I buy it? I would have told myself to wait and just get this. Just get the better one. It's a nicer experience, it's better, it's adjustable, directional light, I can control the background, etc. Much better. But I will keep this one, I won't be sending it back. Now, the reason for that is, this is a big softbox. I'll put the little B-roll clip up again in a bit. It's very big. In fact, it could probably fit through this door, but with difficulty. So if I need to go and light up another room in the house to do videos or whatever, I'm just going to use this, right? It's smaller, lighter. I can just move it around. Granted, I'm not going to be able to control the light as much as, you know, lighting just myself, whatever. Won't be as much of an issue because it's just going to be a random temporary setup in a different room. Or when I go to Scotland, maybe I'll want to record some videos while I'm up there and I might need a light. I can put this away in its little carrying bag and I'll use that rather than packing this whole thing up, and I'll leave this here. You know, it's one less thing to break when I'm moving around, and one is, you know, I'm going to be carrying lots of gear up to Scotland anyway. Yeah, I don't need another thing to carry in and out of the car. You know, if it's just a travel setup, it doesn't need to matter as much. I mean, I'm sure I'll regret it, and I'll wish I had the nice quality of this light, but you know. But yeah, could I go back in time and stop myself from buying it? Yeah, I probably would, and then I'd just have to deal with using like these lights, the small rig lights that I'm using for fill and occasionally for hair, or in fact this here in the background there. In fact, you could just see it in the top of the, there we go. You could just see it in the top of the frame there. That's another small rig light. Actually, no, I've got the brand wrong. This here, this fill, and the little accent light, those are K&F Concept. The one I was thinking of is this here. There's a small rig light here, which is it's surprisingly bright. I use these for just recording different things around the house rather than this stationary setup. So let's get back to what I was saying about, I'm concluding the video. As I said, just to recap, I'm not a fan of the way this fills the whole space with the light. Having a grid on the softbox is so much better, at least for this, what I want to do with this space. These small little fill lights and accent lights are fine as they are. Very glad I bought this. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself not to buy this, but I'll make use of it now that I've got it. We just had a minor technical difficulty there with the setup. This will be a boring piece of information, but I've got a knockoff dummy power supply for the Z6, and I have a feeling that it's maybe not great. Maybe that's something I should send back on Amazon. But yeah, this has just been a little video. I'm very happy with it. I'm not sure whether it's worth 4 times the price. It feels a little on the steep end, but then when you look at some of the prices of some of the other pieces of kit, yeah, but I'm much happier with the setup. This has just been a short little video. If you've got any comments on whether this is still too bright or not, let me know. What I'm really missing next is, and this is the next piece of kit to upgrade, the monitor I have. I don't get zebras for the exposure, and I don't know whether the exposure on here on this monitor, how overexposed I am. So that's the next problem to solve. Maybe I need to get some kind of something that's a representative of me that I can put here and I can check. But in theory, as long as I know where the lights go and what I've got the exposure should be, at least be much easier to manage now. This has just been a quick one. Thanks for watching.